This video has been a long time coming. I feel like I'm always working on sketchbook ideas, videos behind the scenes, and I am so excited about this one. Honestly, I think this might be my favorite sketchbook video that I have ever done. So, while there are less ideas in this video compared to my other ones, I feel like this one is pretty special. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy this one. I hope it inspires you to create something, and let's get started. This is gonna be a really fun time filled with creativity. So for the first sketchbook activity, you're gonna need some Fineliners like this or any sort of black marker or pen. And what you're gonna do is section off your page if you decide to go the route that I'm taking. So now, what is this idea, you might ask? I am taking inspiration from the cover of a children's book that really stuck with me through the years, and the book is called The Rainbow Fish. Many of you have probably read it too. And I'm kind of taking a pattern from that cover and filling my sketchbook page with it. So this idea is take a children's book that you loved and kind of recreate the cover with either a pattern like this or just do it in your own style. I thought this was really fun because I wasn't completely recreating the cover. I was just taking a concept from it and sort of not getting hung up on all the complicated things that can go into an art piece, but rather have some stress relief. I mean, not a lot of thought goes into a page full of fish scales. So it's pretty easy to think about my life, process what's going on, while at the same time drawing. Highly recommend this. Actually, in most of my sketchbook videos, I always try to recommend a super easy drawing idea like this to help you relieve your stress as well. So I hope this idea encourages you to know that you can do easy things like this in your sketchbook, and it is totally okay. Now, funny thing about doing all these easier stress relieving pages in my sketchbook, when I complete a sketchbook and I'm flipping through it, I kid you not, it's like these simple pages like this that are always my favorite. And I think it's just because they're super colorful and happy, and I don't have like negative feelings associated with them necessarily, but instead I walk away remembering feeling better after drawing it. Not saying you'll feel that way, but I mean, I hope you do. You know, art makes everybody feel differently in the process. So now I'm taking this beautiful paint palette. It's made out of resin, and one of my subscribers made it for me. Her name is Lilia, and she lives in France. She owns a lot of my Creatures of Peace paintings, so shout out to her. And I think the palette is so beautiful. So anyway, I'm putting my glitter paint on it because the palette was glittery. And now we're doing these fish scales, adding a little bit of pizzazz, you know, we had to spice it up a little bit. And I just felt like this added so much dimension to the page and made it really feel like I'm getting the vibe from that book cover, you know? Like when I see this page, I definitely think about that children's book. All right, the next sketchbook idea, we are also taking a Fineliner, and I think you might appreciate this one because it is super, super easy. Seriously, I think anybody could do this. Basically, you're just gonna take this Fineliner or a pen, whatever you have, and just do tons of lines like waving around next to each other and intersecting and stuff. I kind of feel like it reminds me of hair. I don't know. but there's really no rhyme or reason to it. I'm just waving stuff around and it looks like almost like an illusion. It's so cool. I love the effect that it gives. So I highly recommend this. And I got this idea scrolling through TikTok, but honestly, I do not remember the TikTok because sometimes it like scrolls and you lose it. So if anybody knows who the original TikToker is who made this, I would love to credit them, but I cannot find them. So you can shout them out down below. But anyway, this is so therapeutic and I loved this because there was no shading involved, no tons of colors and stuff, but it still occupied my time and made me feel like I was creating something cool. Oh, another thing, some parts of the page you can see that I actually just filled in with black, and I thought it looked really cool, like there were like gaps in all these lines, and it made me feel like there was dimension to it because of that. Like they kept going layers deeper and deeper or something. So if you want to do that too, you can. It's up to you. I don't really do Zentangle-y stuff very much in my sketchbook. However, this sort of thing is just so fun because if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you know that I love drawing hair, and this activity totally reminds me of drawing hair. All right, here it is finished. I hope you enjoyed this one. We're gonna amp it up now and move on to more difficult ideas. So you know how I mentioned that I love drawing hair in my last idea? Well, this idea, we're kind of applying that love for drawing hair to this whole spread. It's not just a page, it's a spread. So I hope you enjoy this. Now, if you're somebody who actually enjoys drawing people, or maybe you love fashion, I do think this idea will really speak to you because it kind of involves both of those things. So what I'm doing here is essentially celebrating tons of different types of hairstyles and colors of hair and putting them on a page. And this was cool because I didn't have to focus on proportions of a person, getting the eyes right or anything, because all the people are facing away and we just get to focus on the hair. I feel like this is a Pinterest board entering a sketchbook. I really, really enjoyed this one because, again, I love drawing hair. And it's just so interesting to me that there are so many possibilities for different hairstyles out there. There are so many different hair colors and hair textures. And I only got to draw 5 of them on this page. But I mean, there are thousands out there. So I highly recommend this. It was so fun, and I think the effect looks so cool when they're all side by side. Now, I will say, because this is hair, it may look easy just by watching this, but this was a very time-consuming page. It looks simple, it really does, but hair is a very time-consuming thing to draw, so just keep that in mind. But if you don't mind taking a while on a page, then this one's a winner. I thought it would be really fun to also make them all be wearing the same color shirt, just so it feels like they're all, I guess, tied together in a sense. And because I chose black shirts, I kind of feel like, I don't know, if I had made them all wearing the same exact type of shirt, it would have given me Harry Potter vibes, like the cloaks. I kind of want to go back and change it. Okay, so now I'm taking watercolor, and I found out this paintbrush is trash, so let's throw this away. All right, now I'm taking watercolor and applying it to the top of the page, and we're adding some oomph to this. So here it is, and I just thought this one was so enjoyable, so I hope you like it too. So for this idea, we're actually going to be doing freestyle portraits. So I feel like all these ideas are sort of bleeding into each other because we started with talking about hair, and then we drew hair, and now we're drawing people. So this is a good one though. So let me tell you a little bit about how to approach this. I did not use a reference photo at all. I just decided, okay, in my mind, I'm going to draw a person. And I have no idea what direction this is going to go. But the idea of this is to kind of feel it out as you go. Go with the flow, go with your mood, and kind of just see what happens. I think too, if you have that mindset like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just here to have fun, it kind of alleviates the pressure of getting everything perfect. And for drawing people, I feel like that's so important because it is so easy sometimes to just lay on the pressure real thick, you know? Now, something that I had in mind was I definitely wanted to use really bright colors, like greens, blues, pinks, purples. So I did hearts for the pupils of the eyes in pink. And then I just started laying down all those really bright colors. There was really no rhyme or reason to this. I just wanted to create something that felt happy and just alive, you know? So at first I wasn't sure, like, am I gonna go the abstract route? So that's why I drew like these interesting shapes for like the blush and stuff. And then I just kind of started shading. It was a good time. Now, as this portrait progressed, I did decide to make it a little less abstract, but I didn't necessarily want to make it realistic too. Again, we're just kind of freestyling this and having some fun with it, so no pressure. Now, once we got to this point, I knew we had to do something really fun for the background. So I took that blush color, I took those eyeshadow colors, I took the earring colors, all of that, and I scribbled it into the background. And I just thought that effect was so fun, and it kind of brought me back to like the 80s and 90s. So I really enjoyed this. I hope you end up trying some freestyle portraits of your own. Highly recommend. It is so fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have to tell you, this is probably one of my absolute favorite sketchbook ideas that I've ever done in a video. So I cannot wait to share this with you. And right now it probably looks like, what are you drawing? Well, right now I'm drawing a sandwich and a fork, but this is going to lead to something so cool and so fun. So bear with me. I really enjoy being outside in the summer, hanging out with people. And last year during the pandemic, I discovered picnics are so fun. Let's do this more. So what we're doing on this page is kind of bringing that to life. And it's called Picnic on a Page. So I basically just drew all the foods that I've been enjoying lately, or just foods that I'm craving. I've been really enjoying BLTs and strawberries and bananas lately. So yeah. And then I drew a piece of carrot cake just because. Now, during a picnic, sometimes it's nice to read a good book or draw in your sketchbook. So I included a sketchbook in this drawing. The most time-consuming part of this entire thing was definitely doing the picnic blanket, but I kept telling myself that it would be worth it, so I spent probably a good hour just doing the blanket. Now, once we did the whole pattern, I decided to outline the blanket in a dark line, I guess, and then shade everywhere where the lines are crisscrossing. What do you call this pattern? Like gingham or something? Gingham? Gingham. Plaid, gingham, whatever. You know, we're drawing the grass now. Moving on. So I thought it would be fun also to make the grass around it. That way we really feel like we're looking down at this blanket, you know, and we're ready to sit on our picnic blanket and just kind of enjoy the moment. I thought it was really cute too to write picnic on a page at the top. That way later when we flip back through our sketchbook, we just kind of get the gist of what's going on. Anyway, if you try this, what foods would you draw on your picnic blanket? That's the question of the day. Here it is. I hope you like it. I hope this one inspires you because this one is my absolute favorite idea. This one totally warms my heart. I want to do more of these and like change up the foods and the whole like aesthetic and stuff. I think it would be really fun to mess around with that. So if you do this one, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your picnic on a page ideas and how yours comes out. You can even copy this exact one if you want. I don't care. All right, here's our final sketchbook idea. Again, we are using a Fineliner. You can use a pen, a marker, whatever you have. And kind of piggybacking off of that picnic on a page, we're gonna do our summer favorites on a page. So basically, you can draw all the random things you're currently enjoying. It doesn't have to have a theme. You can just fill the page, you know? That's what I'm gonna do. Literally, I'm taking foods and books and makeup and hair care, throwing it all on a page. I'm even showing you some of the things that I've been using and enjoying. We have some paintbrushes here. We can draw those. Sure. Gonna draw some plants because you guys know I love plants. So yeah, whatever you're enjoying, try to fill a page with it. And you can make it just simple objects like this, or you could make it like really deep concepts like family and, you know, that kind of stuff too. It's up to you. I chose simple things like this because I wanted to do a really simple illustrative style with a limited color palette. So now I'm just taking this marker here, outlining everything and getting it prepped for the coloring. So once we filled the page with the drawings, I started labeling a couple of the objects. Some of them are super self-explanatory. I mean, I think all of them kind of are, but I thought it was cute to have some of the words like Thai tea and blush and stuff like that. So I'm using a blue color, this peachy orange, and a peachy pink. And I just thought that they all looked really good together and really conveyed summer. So since this is a summer favorites page, I wanted to choose super summery colors. Now the beauty of a limited color palette with something illustrated like this, you don't have to color everything. You can let that white space, do a lot of the talking, and it ends up looking pretty cool in the end. Oh, and then I did a yellow sun, because why not? Anyway, this is how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed this. Also, I feel like the summer favorites one could totally be implemented in all the seasons of the year. You could totally even change it to your monthly favorites. Ooh, that sounds really fun. Monthly favorites. I might have to do that. But I thought it was really fun just to include a bunch of random objects in this one, just to get a glimpse of like really random things in my life. And then I can look back at it later and see how I've changed and what different things I use now. I don't know if my hobbies have changed. That'd be really sad to not like art anymore. I don't think my hobbies will change. We are over halfway through this sketchbook. How did that happen so fast? I feel like I just started this one. I don't know, but that's exciting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you care to share your art with me, feel free to follow me over at Mira Byler on Instagram. And you can tag me if you want in your photos. Or you can, hashtag Mira Byler or something like that, I will begin working on another one of these because literally I'm always working on them. I'm always drawing in my sketchbook and it's just fun to share that with you. So, see you next time. Bye.